Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the drunkest show in social media history. I want to welcome you to a late night edition of the War Zone. I'm gonna ride solo on this one. Y'all keep screaming about justice reform, but at the end of the day, some days we can be our own worst damn enemy. Let's go, man. I'm about to roll out. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another edition of the War Zone. And I want to tell you thank you for tuning in. Without a doubt, you guys are the best audience in the world. And hold on. You're the best audience in the world. And I just got something on my mind. I got something on my mind. I'm trying to take it easier. But every now and then something's gonna trigger me to say what I need to say. And I just want to get to it. I made a post. Let's go back. I made a post. And my post said a lot of people want to say we are without flaws. But have you ever thought y'all be on some bullshit? Life is about choices. Some of you play the victim after you made some fucked up choices. This is not for everyone, just the ones that really be on the bullshit. Good night. The meds are kicking in. What I want to say about that is I'm looking at, I travel everywhere. Y'all know that. And I see the same things in every city that I go to. I see a bunch of hard-working activists busting their behinds, and then as I go through the African American communities, I see the same thing. You know, and everybody wanna be out here fighting for justice. And that's cool because it's the new fad. Some of y'all don't even understand this. You know, you screaming no justice, no peace. But if you don't have no peace, you can't get no justice. And you know, when we out here and we doing all this craziness, you know, the killing of each other, the robbing, the stealing, you know, we wanna blame that on systemic racism. And to a certain degree, I might agree with some of y'all, but all in all, I don't. I don't. You know the reason that some of these kids are out here because you didn't raise them the right way. You didn't raise them with values. You didn't raise them with a sense of accountability, that there is consequences for their actions. And now you're using justice reform as a means to continue raising them messed up. Now, I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. I think that justice reform needs to happen. There's no questions about that. But everything that black folk do that's a violation of the law, they ain't got nothing to do with no justice reform. You know, we have an abundance of stupidity. We have an abundance of people just running around committing crimes for no damn reason. And then when they got to go deal with the judicial system, you feel like the system is fucking them around. But have you ever been to a murder scene? Have you ever walked up and saw an innocent person that got their brains blowed out for no reason? What type of goddamn justice is that? What type of fucking justice is that? See, I have no business doing this video right now because, you know, I've been trying to let my body rest because I know what I got coming up. But I couldn't just sit and not address this because, you know, have you ever been to a murder scene where an innocent 92-year-old woman has possibly been raped and murdered? What type of goddamn justice do the person who did that need? They should throw that motherfucking ass away. That's how I feel. Justice reform is for the ones who've been wrongfully incarcerated, who've been given sentences that are unjust. No, not for the motherfucker that's just doing it because it's the thing to do. Now, if I'm losing some of y'all, then I get it. If you're not following me, then I get it. It ain't no justice. It shouldn't be any justice for somebody downtown that just shot a 4-year-old kid. See this new black thing that's going on. Say I'm not feeling that shit, man. What's up, my brother DJ? Y'all don't know, Minnesota New Black Panther Party is in the building. The Minister of Defense is in the building. My problem with all of this is clearly understanding that there's a fine line between justice reform and continuously breaking the law. It's a fine line, man. And I'm listening to people, you know, say that we got flaws. Fuck them flaws, man. You know right from wrong. Life is about choices and mistakes. A mistake is when you do something unconsciously and you really don't know what you've done. A choice is when you sit there and you calculate what you're going to do. So a drive-by deserves no justice reform. An unjust killing deserves no justice reform. Sex trafficking deserves no justice reform. Raping women and children deserve no justice reform. You deserve the harshest goddamn sentence they can give, and I will turn a black blind eye when they give it to you. Some of y'all out here, man, y'all got the message misconstrued. And you make the job of activists harder when you're out here and you patting these motherfuckers on the back and you tapping them on the ass. Oh, it ain't that bad, man. We got to get him out of jail. Fuck him. Enough is enough. And the reason some of y'all want justice reform for some of these out of control motherfucking young cats is because that's your fucking people that's out there with that dumb shit. It ain't mine because I raised mine. It ain't a whole bunch of us because we raised our children. Do I think there should be justice reform? You goddamn right. Without a shadow of a doubt, there should be. But there's also a cutoff point for bullshit. It's a cutoff point for bullshit. I feel for women pumping gas in their car at night. I feel for anybody that just takes a normal trip to the bank to withdraw some money. And we should have reform for that? Hell no. And anybody that thinks differently, you are the fucking problem with Black America. Systemic racism. I get it. What the fuck that got to do with a drug deal going bad? What that got to do with the fact you already selling dope, but you gonna rob the dope man and kill him. What that got to do with it, man? I'm just sick of people making fucking excuses for their actions, bro. You know the best type of justice reform we could actually deal with is don't deal with the fucking judicial system. Don't put yourself in a position to have to deal with that fucking system. Now, the reason that some of us with these here, we still here and we ain't have to deal with that system, because we had parents that made us understand if you take your ass down there, I ain't come and get you. But see, these motherfuckers go down there, they robbing, multiple armed robberies, and you parents steady running your ass down there to go get them. But you want justice. Well, if it ain't no goddamn peace, ain't an activist walking in the United States that can get you justice. Ain't an activist walking that can get you justice if it ain't no goddamn peace. What part of that we don't get? We, as a people, need to stop making excuses. And we need to own our shit. Man, did you hear what I just said? Stop making excuses and own our shit. Hold on a second. I need you to be able to see it. There you go. Stop making excuses and own our shit. You want to run your ass down to the local protests when the vote do us bad. But I don't give a damn what you say. Why there ain't no protest when we killing each other? Why ain't no motherfucking Black Lives Matter when we killing each other? Explain that shit to me. You know why? Because you really don't give a damn about the quality of black life. You faking. Why ain't no goddamn protest when we killing each other? Why ain't no motherfucking protest when a black man kill a 4-year-old child? Why ain't? Because honestly, you bullshitting and you faking, man. I don't know the words that's coming from me. I had no ideologies that I took my meds. I should have this heating pad on my back. And that's what it is, man. But I can't let this rest. Where are the damn protests? Was it a protest when they killed that baby at the nail shop in Houston when they shot that car? Was it a fucking protest when they shot up, down there on the end of Sky Street and they hit little Romeo with the AK-47s, a 4-year-old kid? Was it fucking protest then? Where was the marches then? Where were the city officials then? Because nobody actually gives a damn about the quality of black life except for a handful of people. And we want to keep screaming that the justice system is fucking over us. No, own your shit. You fucking over us. And you make the life of a goddamn activist or an advocate so fucking hard, man. You know how hard the meetings is when we got to go in there trying to fight for reform? And the first thing they do is throw that shit in our face. You know how hard that is when you down there trying to get help for the hood and they throwing that shit in our face? Don't act like the system fucking over you. You're fucking over yourself. See, you want the fast money. You want the fast money, dog. You know what come with that shit? Ain't nobody never gave me an extra $600 just for nothing. Every dollar I ever got, I had to fucking earn. And some of you motherfuckers is getting $2,400 a month. And that still ain't enough. You know why it ain't enough? Because when the weekends come, you're going to blow that shit. When the dice game pop off, you're going to lose all that shit at the dice game. You feel what I'm saying? So stop acting like the system is fucking you. Hell no. Own your shit. We made it possible for the buildings of prisons to exceed the buildings of actual schools. You're in the middle of a pandemic. They're giving you Wi-Fi. They're giving you computers. These motherfuckers delivering food on the curb. And you motherfuckers still out here clowning me. The most we got out the game was a block of fucking rat cheese back in the day. Some free milk. And you motherfuckers got it all. And you still want to blame people? No, we got to wake up, man. We got to wake up, man. Sick or no sick, and God knows I've been through it this week. I got to get up in the morning to help a brother that need help. And go help him. Because that's what I do. Man, own your shit, man. You motherfuckers will go buy a set of rims before you take care of your children. You motherfuckers will be up in the beauty supply buying hair and nails and all that extra shit before you take care of your children. And you want to keep blaming the system and the white man for that shit? Go on with that bullshit, man. If the pandemic ain't showed you nothing, it showed you that we got to take care of ourselves. I am tired of lying. I am tired of acting like oppression is the reason that we're doing these things. No, it's not. You're killing motherfuckers over dope because your shit didn't weigh right. Or you killing motherfuckers over you a dude and you killing a girl because she don't want you no more. Come on, man. Oppression? A whole bunch of you motherfuckers poor because that's what you chose to be. A whole bunch that I'm finna own your shit for you. A whole bunch of you motherfuckers is poor because that's what you chose to be. I see my good friend Larry Mayo on here. We got coached by like the same folk, man. We got coached by some real dudes, man, that didn't just teach us football. They taught us life. They taught us how to get off our ass and go get it, no matter what. You motherfuckers want to act like you grown at 18, move out your motherfucking mama house, talking fly to your mama, go get your bullshit apartment. When you fall flat on your goddamn face, you're running back to your mama house. because you wasn't ready to be no man, bro. You think you a man because you got a little pussy? For real? Yeah, ain't a man because you got a little pussy. Little mama, you ain't no motherfucking woman because you can twerk. Won't you try work? Won't you get your sorry ass up and go to work? Because us with these, we watched our parents go to work, rain, sleet, or snow. You motherfuckers ain't setting the example, and now your motherfucking kids running around here buck fucking wild. We can't live in a normal society any fucking more. That's why everybody running to the suburbs to get away from the bullshit, man. But you can't run to the suburbs no more because Section 8 done took over that shit. So here y'all come out here with the hood mentality, with the same bullshit you exhibited where you fucking come from. So now you take a nice suburban neighborhood and turn it into a fucking ghetto. You turn it into a ghetto. Let me see what Jason Johnson wrote. Let's put it up here. It might cover half my face, though. Jason said, the problem is our community leaders, city council members, and government officials are not sending this strong message. People need to hear voices of experience from those that are not afraid of this new wave silence everyone that tell the truth campaign. You know why they can't preach that sermon? Because a lot of these elected officials, they ain't grow up like we grew up. Them motherfuckers was ducked off in the hood, man. In the nice houses, with the 4 cars in the driveway. Oh, well, you can't date my daughter. Was she from 3rd Ward? I'm from 3rd Ward. You're not good enough. See, these elected officials don't come from where we come from. They've never been through what we've been through. They don't see it like we see it. They've never lived it. They lived in the hood, but they wasn't of the hood. This is why they can't figure it out. But you motherfucker around here getting thousands of dollars in food stamp and ain't got no motherfucking food in the house. And you want to blame everybody else for that shit. And the reason you ain't got no food in the motherfucking house, because you take the food stamps and you go sell them. Go on with that bullshit, man. A lot of these elected officials did not grow up on the mean streets that they lived on. They didn't. Hold on a second. Let me put this up. Lori Dunn say we definitely need to start working together. First, we need to be putting people in homes in our community so that people will feel vetted in the community. It creates hope and job. This is one of the first steps. If we people busy making a living, that will slow down this black on black violence. That's not gonna slow it down. Let me contradict you and tell you why. You go give a motherfucker a house that doesn't understand financial literacy, you give him a year and a half, he'll lose it. You got to understand money. You got to understand how the shit works. It is what it is, man. I'm going to tell you, how do you stop the violence in the neighborhood? You have to figure out the root cause of the violence. You have to figure out the root cause of the violence. And the root cause of the violence is money, a lack of money. Okay, so here's a question. If you just take your ignorant ass to school, while you in high school, from the first day you become a freshman, just take your ass and then shut your mouth, do your work. Man, just try to come out in the top 10%. You go to college for free. Okay, so you say, well, I don't want to go to college. Well, take you some goddamn trade classes. Get you a certificate. Create you a business plan. If you don't want to go to college, you're going to have to do the other option. Get with your school counselor. How do I create a business plan? But we can't keep using the fucking excuses. Because in the schools, no matter what, these cities, these communities, we have banded together. You know, good friend of mine, Bobby Scott, very, very active in our community. We banded together to bring programs to our old high school to help our children. But see, we don't just bring them. We walk them goddamn hallways. We find them kids that ain't doing nothing. We need to help you get your mind right. You see what I'm saying? This is the only time in your life where you can go to school for free. Take advantage of it. And if you take advantage of it, then you can go to the next level for free. But we so worried about who looks good and who looks this and that. We caught up on the dumb shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Janelle says generational poverty. I say, well, you're right, but generational stupidity. Because after a certain generation, the stupidity set in. See, our parents wanted us to be better than them. So they pushed us. They pushed us. But see now, a kid, he can't. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. And Mayo and Bobby Scott, they can verify this here, because these my folk, man. We went to Yates and we grew up in the train. Oh, it's too hot for them to be out there. I be motherfucker. In the summer, they can't go to football practice unless they do it early in the morning. Well, that's why you motherfuckers ain't winning. You think in West Texas and North Texas, they go to practice at 8 in the morning like you placating the game for them? Oh, they can't get overheated. Bullshit. I'm here at 52 years old and had to do 3 practices in the summer. See, that's the problem. Y'all changed the blueprint on how you raise these goddamn kids, man. And now you went and tried to find you some fucking excuses to make up for what the fuck you done did. But it's time for you to own your shit. Generational poverty ain't got a goddamn thing to do with an ignorant motherfucker just pulling a trigger. When you want to be the best, you gonna go the extra yard. You gonna push yourself. Now, I see my good friend Lori Dunn. She put up a comment. These boys need role models, mentors to follow so they can see a better way. And I totally agree with you, but we also need to stop letting society demasculate our boys. You make it comfortable for a black man to turn into a black woman. God damn it, let's talk about it. Stop demasculating our boys. Stop raising them like they punks. You raising them soft. And then you put them out into this in the world with these gorillas, and you think that they supposed to survive with their punctified ways. Fuck no. You're demasculating them. So while the boys need mentors, the girls do too. See, I've been seeing everybody talk about Megan and Cardi B. You cool with that shit on? How many girls you know want to be Michelle Obama? How many want to be Cardi or Megan? You cool with you know, your daughter walking around with half her motherfucking ass hanging out and an old motherfucker trying to holler at her, huh? But when the old motherfucker holler at her, you got a problem with it. Did you actually think about your daughter pussy hanging out her shorts? Talk to your boy, man. You can't have it both ways. But back to these boys, and you got them around here soft with these punctified ways. And I remember my nephew come down the stairs one day, man, in some goddamn skinny jeans. Man, you better go take that shit off. He like, man, what the problem is? I say, the motherfucker got your nuts too tight. You ain't finna wear that shit around here. Man, I can see your motherfucking panty lines, homeboy. Ain't no real man finna wear nothing like that, man. I don't give a damn if you get mad at me tonight, because I'm sick of these motherfucking excuses on your shit. Own your shit, man. You ain't raising men and women no more. You raising drug dealers and strippers. You need me to tell you that? Need me to say that again? You ain't raising men and women no more. You raising drug dealers and strippers. Because that's all they want to be. A busload of them. We got a handful of kids that realistically know what they want to be. But you can't fault them because of the examples that are being set. The examples that are being set. You know, everybody like, we need to mentor these boys. Well, the boys there, what the fuck y'all waiting on? We need to talk to these young girls. Well, what the hell are you waiting on? What's the problem? Well, what's the problem? You know, back in the day, shit, it was certain kids you knew were gonna be buck wild, man. But nowadays, it's all of them. Let me read this comment from Jason. We must learn how to create manufacturing equal ownership and jobs. And a kid can't do it without corporate leadership for their constituents, their leaders. It has to be an organized movement of real men and women confronting the social norms engulfing the youth, from the music to the new wave culture that is aiming to control their minds. Control the mind equal control the future. I'm gonna let that comment speak for itself. When it's all said and done, in about 12 years, we will have no economic wealth. None. And I went back today. I was resting my back. My back is out of there right now. Heating pad. And I watched the Madam C.J. Walker movie again. I normally repeat my movies. And I listened to the character of Booker T. Washington speak about we need to start our own businesses. Well, hold on a second, man. How long they been preaching this motherfucking sermon? Y'all go to church and listen to the crooked pastor, but you won't listen to the game that's been out there forever? We preaching the same shit. Our problem is we don't listen and apply. If Booker T. Washington was saying this, then goddamn, what the hell are we doing? And I'm not finna keep blaming the role models. They are great role models. But the mindset of these kids they've been programmed a certain way from their houses. So when they get to the mentors and the role models, you know what they say? We don't want to hear that shit. Some of y'all that act like you are the best parents in the world, you're not. You are the worst parents in the world. And accept that fact. We can't help your child when you don't give a fuck about them either. I'm just telling you, we can't. You programmed them a certain way. You made them believe that it's all about money. Everything is about money. Georgia, Charlene Keller, there are great role models out there. There are great role models out there. Look, Nisa Sheffield say they believe ain't no way out. Let me say this again. Most of the motherfuckers in my city that's causing problems, they riding around in Buicks and Cutlasses, candy painted fifth wheel, loud music. You don't understand economic empowerment. So instead of putting your money into a naked bitch on your hood or some wood or wood grain wheel, why don't you learn how to invest your money? See, it ain't that we don't have it. We don't know what the fuck to do with it. You don't know what the fuck to do with it. So now we got this new goddamn fad out here, Kendrick Simpson. Black Lives Matter. The people don't give a fuck about our kids or our community. Don't give a fuck what none of them say. Y'all don't give a fuck about our community, man. Y'all faking, man. And along the way, while you faking, you're lying in your pockets. And our communities are still in disarray. So if you really out here for the right reasons, then it's time to take care of the hood, because there's more than enough money floating around to fix a lot of these problems. But the people that's getting the money ain't doing a goddamn thing to help the community. It ain't helping the community. Now I will say that Black, white, Latino, immigrants, whoever, they have given to Black Lives Matter. But what the fuck are y'all doing? And then when somebody jump on your ass, you go run to your fucking mission statement. Because your mission statement don't say you got to help the hood. But these people giving you the money for that reason. So y'all need to stop giving them cocksuckers your money then. That's how I feel, man. I got a lot of shit pent up inside of me behind this bullshit that's going on. But the only thing I came on here tonight to say is own your shit. You can be anything that you want to be, but you have to make that decision. And if you can't be nothing but an honest, hard-working manager at McDonald's, then that's okay. It's okay. Because all this Gucci, Louis Vuitton that you fighting and killing over the money that you need to buy this bullshit and impress people that don't give a fuck about you could be used for something else. Kendrick, Black Lives Matter is what they are. It's a motherfucking sham. And I don't give a fuck who gets mad. At the end of the day, they ain't doing nothing to help our community. But yet these people giving all this money. You got all these corporations. We're giving this money for justice reform. Where is the fucking money going? And that's not just the Black Lives Matter. So where's all this funding going that should be there to help black people? People are helping black people right now. But we can't find the money. And if it ain't no money, it ain't no help. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. And I'm just telling you how I feel. And I just had to get that shit off my chest, man. Because I couldn't rest. And I'm fighting the higher power because I didn't even want to talk about it. But, you know, the higher power told me, you ain't got no choice. You gonna do what I tell you to do. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna do what the higher power tells me to do. I'm gonna do what the higher power tells me to do. Own your shit. That's all I'm telling you. Education is the key, Kendrick. He said, I said they not even trying to stop black kids from shooting other black kids. Well, if you can get this last part, if you can cut it, edit it, black kid, I want you to remember this. It's about education. You are going to get an education no matter how you decide to get it. I want you to remember this. Black kid that don't want the education, they keep going to jail. In the state of Texas, you cannot even get a parole date unless you have at least a GED. It's your decision where you get your damn education at. You feel me? You can get it at the schoolhouse or you can get it in the penitentiary. But either way, your black ass gonna get one. I'm off the bed, man. I'm fighting through. I want to thank y'all. Y'all give me that energy when I need it. We'll be back Monday, 7 o'clock with the War Zone. I am the 5-star general. And until then, I holler.